Assalamu alaikum. With regards to having proper hijab, does our hijab have to cover our shoulders in addition to our chest? Also, is it sufficient to have a loose overgarment that covers the chest?
Okay, I'm going to tell you what Allah says in the Quran. And this is something I've been preaching for the past 45 years that Muslim women seem to not understand or want to understand. And what the brothers are too busy trying to make you think that you got to be ugly and got to cover your face, which ain't true. They skip over this. Allah is clear. Allah says in the Quran, tell the believing women to draw their hijabs over their bosom. That's clear. That verse is clear. You should be wearing your hijab the way you see me wearing mine, over your bosom. This is how the companions, when the female companions did. They wore their hijabs just like mine. They wore them over their bosom. When you look at the pictures of Muslim women in the 6th, 7th, 8th century, after Islam, after the Prophet Muhammad came, look at how those women dressed. They dressed just like me. Their hijabs came down over the bosom because that's what Allah says. Draw your veils over your bosom. Draw your khimar over your bosom. You sisters need to stop trying to compromise the religion. Now, of course, there's exceptions to the rule. Say, for example, if you working as a nurse or you're a physician, wearing it over the bosom might get in the way. So in that case, they wear their cloaks. They wear those loose cloaks and they have their hijab down as far as it can go without it getting in the way of them dealing with a patient. There's exceptions. But all of you women don't fall in that category of an exception. My job before I retired, this is how I always walked out the house. But when I got to work, I had to tuck it in like this. I had to tuck it in. The reason why I tucked it in is because of my clients. I worked with jinn. The jinn would grab you by the chest. And the first thing they would do is try to rip off a hijab and choke me with it. So first thing I do when I walk in the door, I do this. Just like I would wear a abaya like this, tuck my hijab in, and I come in the door ready to rock and roll. So if any of those clients were waiting for me, they couldn't grab me by the hijab. Because they would grab women by their hair. They couldn't get my hair, but they were looking for that khimar. Well, hey, it's tucked in, baby. You can't get it. So there's exceptions depending on the job, and stuff like that. But in general, you women ain't working. You women ain't at no job that you have to do that to. Wear your hijabs over your bosom, like Allah says. And Allah knows best. And there's your dalil. Okay, next question.
Those are the ones for now on YouTube, and I don't see any on Facebook yet.
Yeah, everybody understand that? Yeah, that's the thing. But you sisters got to start dressing right. Turbans are haram. Haram, haram. Where's my dalil? Again, when we use the word haram, we have to have the clear nas. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said Allah has cursed the woman who dresses like a man. And one of the companions asked, what kind of dress of a man that a woman could put on it resemble a man? He said, such as a turban. Such as a turban. Turbans are for men, not women. So you sisters, like that famous Somalian politician who y'all love and so much, who never dresses properly. She's always got a turban on or some suit like a dude. I don't know if she's gay or what, but you don't wear turbans. That's imitating a man. That's a dress specific for a man, just like a hijab is specific for women. So you sisters got to start dressing properly. Your hijab should cover your bosom, just like mine is. Because that's what's going to hide it. Even when I tucked my hijab in to protect me from my clients, what happens? You can see my breast. That's what comes with it. That's why I always worked with females. And all my coworkers will tell you, I always worked with female coworkers, because even when I tuck my khimar in, now you can see how big my breast is. You guys can't, because I got the camera where you can't see. But if you saw me in real life, you could see, wow, Laila sticks out. So that's why Allah says, draw your veils over your bosom, because this is what hides it. Okay? You can't see. Okay? Yeah, we have to dress the part, and we should be wearing abayas. Of course, the same thing. Some jobs. In my job, I would go to work with an abaya on and a khimar. When I had to rock and roll, y'all know what I would do? I always wore a pair of pants under my abayas. I would take that abaya and tuck it in and rock and roll. Lift it up on the side where it would tuck in a little bit of my pants so I can have it up out the way, and I can grab and throw you down to the floor. Take them down, Laila. Take them down. You had to put them down. So I wore pants because I had to rock and roll. They always had pants underneath my abaya because I'd have to throw them down, put them down. Okay? So we have to be careful. Some of the jobs that we have, may entail us stepping out of our comfort zone. That's why I tell you, the girls on my website, get the type of job. If you're going to get a job, make it one that doesn't require you to step out of your comfort zone. When I was young, I was comfortable putting them down. I wasn't comfortable when I was older. That's how my knees got bad. SubhanAllah. All that stuff you do when you're young, it takes its toll on your body when you get older. Okay, wait a minute. I'm looking. Somebody's texting me with a question. Oh, really? Okay, here's a question I just got from one of the sisters on Trovo. And by the way, Trovo, I can see you. Hold on. There's Trovo. And D Live. Okay, she wants to know, in regards to the dress, is it okay to wear pants? Again, pants are lawful. However, the type of pants that we women wear are the kind that don't show the shape of our legs, unless you got an abaya over it. Okay? Harem pants. Sister Jamila Pasha sells harem pants. If you sisters need to wear pants underneath your jilbabs, get in touch with Jamila Pasha, because her harem pants don't cost that much money, and you can get them they're baggy, where they can't see the shape of your leg. And if you got to snatch that skirt off, you can snatch it off and throw down and still be covered. Yeah. So, but any type of pants that we women wear, it has to be baggy or wide enough where it doesn't show the shape of your leg. Blue jeans, tight-fitting jeans, no, we don't wear that. We're not supposed to. That's being naked still. If you're wearing those tight-fitting blue jeans with the top, you fall in the category of what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam described as dressed but still naked. He said some women will appear amongst our nation who are dressed but still naked, because you can see the shape of their body. Again, the shape and the color should be hidden. The color of your skin and the shape of the body should be hidden, except for the face and hands, what you see when I do this. As Aisha said in her fatwa, this is all that can be seen publicly. And Allah knows best.